But anyways, Carol Jo's is where community and creativity come together for the jewelry and accessory making world. We do lots of different things here. We do tutorials, which we have one tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. I'll show it to you here in just a moment. We also do makers meetups. We didn't have one scheduled this week, but we will put it back on our calendar for next week. And that is where you can join me on a live while we create something. And it's really, we're all just doing it together. Okay. Yes, I am the Carol Jo. That's my name. My first name is Carol. My middle name is Joe. And my mom, when I was in trouble, used to call me. Someone made a comment over here on TikTok about my name. And I'm like, yep, I'm Carol Joe. When I got in trouble. Anybody else have their parent call them by their first and middle name? And if you were in big trouble, hi, Maria. If you were in big, big, big trouble, it was the full name. Your last name was included. Your first, middle, and last name in our household. You were really in trouble then. So, sorry, I just have to laugh. Lolly says every 10 minutes. And then and throughout the week, we do things that we call events on TikTok. And we do them on another app that I can't say because TikTok doesn't allow it. And that is where we will have items that you can claim to add to your bead collection. You will find beads, components, and findings in those events. And then we also have what I call chat times, which is what we have tonight. Chat time is where you get to ask all types of questions about jewelry making, running a small business, and that type of thing. So that is what we have for tonight. I do want to take a moment to talk about what we are doing on our tutorial tomorrow. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I'm counting while we're doing this too, because I have to get ready for tomorrow's event. So I work and chat at the same time, just to let you know. So you'll hear me counting probably a little bit. But tomorrow night, thank you, Maria. I should probably get my bracelet out. I'm going to put it on. This color does not go with my outfit, and it is a little bit big for me because I have a puny wrist. Oh, thank you, Nordic Luna, for saying that. I'll do my part here in just a minute. As soon as I show you guys what we are doing tomorrow, if I can get my toggle closure to get on. Oi, oi, oi. Some days it is a little bit difficult for me to do toggle closures, but then I can. Thank you, Lolly. Oh no, that was Maria. Thank you, Maria. Lolly was there at the same time. This is what we're doing tomorrow. Now, you're like, we've been doing charm bracelets, but what this one is it's a little bit different. If I bring it up close, do you see where I'll show you over here in just a second. Do you see where we have lobster claw clasp for each bead that we have on there? What you get to do is that you get to change out your bracelet with what you're wearing if you put them on lobster claw clasps. And then you can decide how to match it up to your outfit every day. Or if you're someone that is an in-person event, you can let them create their own. You can have a base a value of you get like the bracelet and so many of the charms for a certain amount. And if you want to add so that you can change it out, it would be so much per dangle. He's got to flip over. There we go. Oops, I flipped that one too far. There we go. So it's a way that you can, whoop, got to flip that one. There we go. And that one. There. Now they're all the same way. It'll drive me nuts until they're the same way. Thank you so, so much, everybody, for all of those items. I really appreciate it. I can't say the G word because TikTok doesn't like it. But you can have it to be any color that you want. And so that's what I wanted to teach tomorrow about how you can do it for your business if you want, or if you're someone that just wants it for yourself, a way to change it up and make it interchangeable. I got the idea for that one when Zuli had excuse me, her interchangeable item. And I was like, I used to do an interchangeable necklace. And I was like, oh, that would have been perfect for her interchangeable. She does a bi weekly challenge. And I'm like, but I haven't made that lately. So I'm like, no, but a bracelet would. And I never got down to doing it. And then I'm like, I am just going to bring this for a tutorial. So that is why I thought of that idea. And I hope you guys like it. Hi, not sure why I'm here. How are you tonight? So that's what we're going to do tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. So we've got that. And for those of you that are on TikTok, if you guys can help me out, if you can, I'm going to make sure my volume's off. Yep. Okay. I'm going to go to my backup account here. If you can go to the arrow button down below and share it on just by reposting, or if you can share it by doing it as a add to your story, or both, those help us out, especially right away when we are new starting the live. It is just the way that TikTok is. So I'm going to do that. I got it to the repost and now I'm going to add it to my story. One, and then if you know people that want to be here and watch this kind of thing, if you would share it with them, that would be awesome. And I'm going to do it to mine here. There we go. All right. So we got that down. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, what I'm getting ready for tomorrow, I have been like between lives and running with Miss Little Buttercup. I was trying to see if I have the size that I used of these is the 12 by 6 millimeter lobster claw class. I do not have it out on the studio, and I don't have. I've got to go look where it is at in all of my items that are not out there yet, so I can get that out there for you guys, so that if you like this, you will be able to, when I send you your electronic communications, you would be able to add it to your buggy. So I'm going to work on getting that done. But what I thought is some people do not like the smaller, the 12 by 6 lobster claw class because the hole in the inside is small for them. And I have these in I think these are 16 by 8 if I remember correctly. And I got them in and I didn't have them ready and I'm like, "Oh, you should get those ready for tomorrow night." So that is what I'm doing is I'm counting those out so that we can get them ready for tomorrow. I will have them available if I get them going here in both silver. I don't know if this is platinum or silver. I think it's more platinum than silver, but we'll have that one. And then I have gold also that I'm going to get ready. So that's what I'm counting while we're talking. And I've like said a lot, and I feel like I'm just blooping. So if you guys have questions, please put them in the chat. And if they are related to jewelry or running a business, I'll answer it. If not, I'll keep on passing by it. And we've got past our 10 shares, so we are golden there. Let's keep working at the 10,000 likes at the top. That would be awesome. So if we can do that, 6, 10. And there's not a tray that I can put these in and go, hello, like I can with my other beads. But we'll get these done. Hopefully tonight I'll get them done for y'all. And then tomorrow at 2, when we do our live, I will tell you all the items that we will have for our live tomorrow night. Whoops, that's not all of them. I got to put another. I'm putting 20 in a bag. There's 6, 8, there's 20. I almost only put 10 in that bag, and I was like, that doesn't work. So what are you guys all working on? So Nordic Luna makes a stretch bracelet with the bales to clip the different pieces on. Ooh, I like that idea. So when you're talking about the tube bales that you put on a stretchy, and then you can do the lobster claw clasp and change out what's dangling down on the bracelet. Am I getting that right? Ooh. Oh, I used to do the spiral bracelets, not a necklace, but bracelets all the time. I loved doing those. 4, 6, 8, there's 20. So Michelle she finished a spiral necklace. That would be cool. Okay, is it out there, Michelle, so we can go look at it on TikTok here? I'll have to go look after the live. And now she's working on the plants. So the beaded plants, I think is what she said. Let me look back. Yep, the beaded plants. I still have not challenged myself with that. It's on Discord. Okay, I will go look on Discord then. And I shouldn't be saying that, but I'm going to because today's been a day of I say what I'm not supposed to say day. I've done it all day. Um, and then and then Nordic, if she came up with that idea because of Zuli's challenge. We may not post pictures of what we've done with Zuli's challenges, but when we see them, it is challenging us to come up with ideas. And that's what I think it is all about. I know we should share a little bit more so that we can all challenge each other to come up with different things or to see what others come up with and then go with it. But I stink at taking pictures all the time. So, yes. Hello, Tara. How are you? 8, 10, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right. Okay, I have to share. I shared it on my earlier live. Ah, what kind are you looking for? What kind of 4, 7, there's 20. Oh, the ones that you were talking about in on the call. That's what it was. Sorry, I've figured it out now. Sometimes I might have to have help getting to A to B, but I got that one on my own. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. And Ryan will be like in 20 different conversations and he expects me to go from all over them and then he'll throw something in and I'll be looking at him and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Anybody else have a husband that does that to you? Hi, Geraldine. So this will be tomorrow night. We'll have those on TikTok. These are the larger ones. 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so I'm not the only one. We also talked about his great TV watching abilities. I'm sorry, it just cracks me up. I'm like, dude, really? Really, really? Really? Ay, ay, ay. I love him dearly, but there are just times when both of us are like, okay, we just need a minute break. Nordic Luna's the husband. Whoop, I dropped one on the floor. Come back here, that one that got away. Er, er, er. Except for I don't know. There he is. I see it. There we go. Ha ha. 4, 6, 8, 10, 3, 6. So I got to share my story. Hi, Gladys. I shared it on my earlier live, and some of you were here, so you guys get to hear it again. Sorry, but I have to share it again because, like, I am so excited about it. So, as we all know, I took yesterday afternoon off so that we could go to Buttercup's sports day, is what they call it. Every place else calls it track and field day for the elementary school. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, anyways, so we took the day off. Even Ryan came to watch her do it. So they all were required to do the 100 meter dash. And then they had fourth and fifth graders there yesterday. The first, second, third graders do it on a different day, and they have different activities that they do. So that is what was going on yesterday. And so the activities, like we said, everybody was required to do the 100 meter dash. Then you had your choices of doing the other activities, which was the 400 meter dash, or it could be they called it a softball, but it was really a medicine ball. So it was a heavier ball, and they could throw that. And then the other thing they could do was the high jump. Hi, Cece. Or they could do the long jump. And so she did everything but the 400 meter dash, which she's not a long distance runner. She doesn't like long distance. So I get that. So, but she was at the very beginning where she had to do her heat for the 100 meter dash. And in her heat, she smoked the entire heat. Like she was ahead of everybody else. And we're like, okay, but there's other girls in her class that are, in her grade, not her classroom, but her grade, that are fast little runners too. So the way they did this is like all the fourth grader girls ran, then all the fourth grade boys. Then it went to fifth grade girls and then fifth grade boys. So we had to wait until everybody finished their running to get the results. And they took the top 8 girls, not just of the heats, but the top 8 fastest runners overall. And she was the fastest fourth grader at her school in her heats. So then she was doing her that medicine ball softball type throw. I don't see anything to read. And in there she was she was overdoing that throwing thing, and then she ran across the football field from one side of the football field to the other to go do her final. And Ryan goes, she's gonna be tired, and I'm like, she's not gonna do as great, but okay, we're happy with whatever happens. And so she got up there to race, and she raced the eight the top, so it was the top 8 girls in her grade, and she came in first. She is officially the fastest runner in her grade. Her time on the second one was a little bit slower than the first one, but after she had just ran across the football field, I can understand why, but she still came in first. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So yeah, so that would be what she did yesterday. So she will get a medal for it, and she gets to be put in the newspaper, our local newspaper. So she's all excited about that. She was so funny. We're in the vehicle and she's like, I get to be in the newspaper. And I was like, They don't do a whole lot of the lower grade stuff in the newspaper. It's when you get in middle school and high school that they put stuff in the newspaper. And I was like, when my kids were little, I always got the newspaper. So do you guys have that in your area where all the stuff goes in there? And so 6, 8. And so I'm like, I will, Gladys, thank you. Um, so I'm like, I think we're gonna have to subscribe to the newspaper again. So anytime my kids made it into the newspaper, I kept it so that it's in their box that they take when they finally have their permanent house. Hi, Zuli, how are you tonight? Has all the stuff from when they were a kid. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a it's a plastic big tote container is what I did for them. They have more than one, but each kid has one, and that's the stuff that they get to decide what they want to do with it. Oh, good. I hope it's going well for you. And I was going to cuz I was on at the end of Vicky's live tonight, and she said that Leisha wasn't going to be live tomorrow for hers, and I was going to be like, "Oh, I could probably do something for you." But it's right when I go live with my event. So I'm like, that's not going to work. I've never thought about laminating it, Lulu. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll have to do that for hers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Last night we were talking about, so earlier this week, I told you about the teacher that had passed away from my kids' school. He was the driver's ed teacher for both of my kids. And so Courtney went to Buttercup's soccer game last night. And and we were talking about him being the driver's ed teacher. And Courtney asked Buttercup, "Well, who's going to teach you how to drive?" And she goes, "Opa." We were laughing. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not a good teacher for being in the car. I get freaked out. I'm like, no, thank you. I just can't do it. I get so freaked out. I hold on to the door, the door handle, and I'm just like, yep, nope, leave me, just let me go. Don't let me do it. Yep, I'm gonna do that. I like that idea. She is she's a little runner and her volleyball is good. We were also talking about earlier when we were at sports day. Um, there one of the moms from her volleyball or not her volleyball from her soccer team. She's a fifth grader because they have three grades in their soccer team. And so one of the fifth grade moms was came up. We were talking, and she's like, she goes, "How many years has she been in soccer?" And Ryan and I looked at each other and we're like, "This is her first time playing soccer." And she's like, "No." We're like, "Yeah." They're like, "She's good." She is a very competitive little girl, very sports orientated. That's just who she is. We don't know where she gets it from because I am not athletic. Parents aren't athletic. We don't know. Nobody in the family was athletic. So we're just letting her be and let her do what she wants. 6, 8, 10. 4, 6, 8, 10. I love how when you mass order stuff, you get little things like this. I don't even know how that was in there, but you get all kinds of little weird things in there. And you might get something like an earring or a bead in there, like Germany. Oh, I wanted to let you guys know too. So, you guys know I placed requests because I can't say the O word. And I said they should be here by now. I was in contact with the vendor. I'm like, because I do not see an update, and it has been way longer than normal. And when they said something, it was like something dawned on me because remember, I was having forever trying to get, yep, there's a reason for that. I was going to ask you, and I keep forgetting, what colors is your great niece's team? Colors. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I wanted to get that to you right away, and then I want to know her team colors, okay? Your blind niece, yeah. No, I didn't see that you sent anything. Okay, thank you. 4, 6, 8, 10. I didn't want to lose that because that bead keeps floating around everywhere. So I put that in there this time. But hold on and I will get you some more to go with it, okay? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 8, 10. I'm almost done with the silver, everybody. I'm getting excited to get this done. Yep. We were over here. She was like messaging me, and I'm like, it's already gonna go to her. And then I was like, I need to get this off my table so I don't lose it, but I need colors. And I'm like, I wasn't gonna hold yours just to get color. So I will send it in the next one. So that you and her can maybe do something. 4, 6, 8, 10. So you got through your boxes then. 2, 4, 6. As I say, did Lulu get hers then too? 6, 3, 6, 9, 10. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10. 6, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, perfect. 6, 8, 10. 4, 6, 8, 10. I might get through this before the end of the hour. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is a good time balance to stay or to time schedule to stay balanced? And what do you mean by balance? Can I just get some more details? 2, 4, 6, 8. We only have 10. Okay. When I when I wasn't doing all of the lives that I'm doing, I actually would, and I'm just going to tell you like times that um how I did things. And I did it in blocks throughout the year. Okay? So when I would do events. So I didn't schedule very many events in January. Like I scheduled zero in January. January was my time off, my 1 month I took every year. That was complete time off from doing anything live in person events. Then in February, I would schedule maybe one. March, I always did two. There's a reason why I'm telling you all this, depending on what you do. So March I did two. April I would do three. And then May, I would do either the first weekend of May or not at all. So sometimes I would have something in May and sometimes I wouldn't. Reason why I say that for in-person events is that you got Mother's Day the second weekend, and then you have graduations throughout the rest of May. And it makes May very difficult to have a high attended event. So that's my thing on shows. Now, to do my projects to get them all ready, I did I did about 30 hours a week because I had a full-time job on top of it. I would do 30 hours a week of making. Oh, gee, mini. And I would do 30 hours a week, so 120 in January. Then in February, and I would do like if I did the one or two shows in February, I would cut it back by about 15 hours for every show. So if I did a show that week, I would only do 15 hours of work. When I talk about work, that is creating content to post. That is creating items that we'll bring to in-person events. And that was time to work on your book work. Because as a person, we have that's 50. We have to do book work. And I figured out doing the book work every month, I try to do it once a month. If I try to do it every day or every week, it is too overwhelming for me and I don't do it. So I'm going to give you me in my example. One day a month, I set aside that I'm not going to create content, that I'm not going to I'm not going to work on getting items ready for lives. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff. It is going to be doing lives and book work. The book work is putting all of the expenses into the system. And it is also taking what I have for um, gross. I can't say the word. How about gross values? Gross values. And I figured that out. And it's usually towards the end or the beginning of the month. I don't say I have a set date because if I set a set date and I don't meet it, then I feel overwhelmed. So I have learned I cannot put so much pressure on myself to get things done by a certain day. What I have to do is I personally have to say, here is what I want to get accomplished in the next time frame and put the highest priority one at the top and keep working down. And every day I readjust what is my priority. So I do not have a set, like I spend this many hours out of the month on book work, or I spend this many hours a month on um getting things ready. But I do know, for me personally, with the way I do lives, with the way that I do it, for every 1 hour that I am live, I have 2 to 3, depending on which type of live it is, 2 to 3 hours of back end stuff. So for every 1 hour, it's totaling 3 that I have to do things for. But I am different than if you're someone that is creating. And you have to figure out a way to make the dull parts of our jobs exciting. And I don't know how else to say that, because book work to me is not exciting. I don't see anything there, Tara. I have. Can you please read this? Hey, sorry, I'm back. The internet went out right as I sent the message. Did you respond? The word, I'm going to tell you, it's in the place where it won't come through. I can, and I'm going to tell you that I'm not going to be saying the word. I can't, I don't have time for that kind of thing with what we're doing here. And so it is in a list of words that we're not going to, that are not going to come through. As a, as a person who goes live, I get to choose words that come through, and I can have them not come through. So if there are things that I don't want to see, it goes into the list. I'm going to be honest with you. And that word is in all of my social medias to not come through, because I'm not playing that game anymore. You might think it's fun, and that's fine, but I'm not going to have it here. No, I won't. Okay. I'm going to see something here if I can. Nope, I can't. I can't see if they're still on or not. We're just going to let that one fly now. We're going to get back on track. It is spring in South Dakota, which means my eyes start itching. So, did that help you out with my rambling there, Nordic Luna, about what I do? Thank you. I'm just like, I can put up with a lot, but when I've had enough, I've had enough. And I'm not going to have someone telling me that I'm going to do something when I said, no, we're not playing the game. Their response to it was, yes, we are. No, we're not. So thank you, Kiri, for saying that, because I needed positivity. That's what makes me happy. We're doing just fine. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And it's really funny is that there are some things that get hidden when they come through. That is my angry face. You guys saw it. I try not to. We are having chat night. We chat about jewelry making. We talk about running a small business. Anything outside of that, I don't acknowledge. And it just comes from the aspect of we need to do what we're doing here. Oh, okay, you guys, when Buttercup sees that coming out, she's just like, "Uh," she gets this really, and then she gets the tears coming in her eyes because I don't get upset that easily, but when I do, I do. And the other night, I know I upset her so bad because I was just like, enough. And, uh, and I'm like, I went back and I just said, I probably could have handled it better, but there are things that just happen that you snap. But the thing is you got to be a better person and go, okay, I probably didn't handle that well, but I made my point. But I'm coming back to tell you I didn't mean it like this, but this is what we got to do going forward. If we don't, it's not going to work because then you're not a kind person. And she's like, okay. 8, 10. And just like last night, I mean, she had had a long day. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She got up and she went to school and did lots of different things than they normally do at school yesterday, in the morning, even. And then once they got done with the morning, they went to what I call track and field. They call it sports day. And then after that, it was soccer. And by the time she got done with soccer, she was done for the day. And she was grumpy. And I get that. She was tired. But I asked her, of all things, I asked her one simple question, and it was, here's your jewelry. You want to take it? Because she had worn jewelry to her soccer game and you can't wear it during the game. And she bit my head off that I needed to hold it until we get home because it wasn't what she wanted right now. And, you can just imagine when someone's tired. And I was like, okay. And I put it down. I put it on the table when we got home. And then when I told her where it was at, I just looked at her and I said, did you snap a little bit because you were tired or were you mad at me? And she goes, I was tired. I'm sorry. And that's all it takes. And it was all forgiven. You just gotta, as I always say here, we gotta give grace to each other. But there are just times that you're just like, okay, we gotta reel it in. 4, 6, 8, 10. Whoops. I put it in the wrong pile. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 3, 6, 10. All right. We're working on the gold. I'll show you the guys the gold package now. This is what? Woohoo! Oh, we missed 10K even. We got to do two of them here, everybody. You guys are going, and I'm not even paying attention because I'm like, I want to get these done tonight. All right. And you know what I forgot to grab? I forgot to grab the stickers. Let me go grab those while I get those, then I'll get the color. After I get the color, you guys can guess. All right, here we go. Next on our list of colors. Da-da-da. Okay. Here's the first one. Okay, go ahead and guess. It's a two-word color, everybody. Two-word color. All right. Got those all tore apart. Oops, we're going to do two colors here. So I need two of these. Okay. The second word is a secondary color. The first word, I would, it's not the same one that we had earlier today. Oh no. Jiminy Christmases. The first word is a type of countertop, because you can get this in a countertop. And the second word is a secondary color. I was going to say, did you reorganize it? Is that why you took it apart? Nobody got it. It was marble purple. Because you can get quartz, granite, marble. Then they have like the Formatop. I don't know what it's called though. It's the name of a business here that has those. Okay, let's try an easy color for this one. Whoops. Exit. There we go. Let's go here. Aha. There we go. Second. This is the first giveaway for the 10K. Second time we're going to do this with an easier word. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 6, 10. Oh, somebody got it. Let's see who got it. Lulu, you are the winner. Lulu, you're getting 5 creative credits towards your buggy. It was yellow. Your dividers have dividers. I love it. That is like me. I'm like, I really, really, really wish I could go one more level in the back end, but I can't. You're welcome. Here is the next color on our wheel. All right, everybody. It's a one-word color. The next color, this was not going to be easy either, and I'm trying to think of a word that we can do to give you a hint. And all I can think of, and if I'm thinking of this right, I'll give you the clue while I'm thinking of it. When you have all the layers to the earth, one of these layers is this word. If you don't know geology, it's going to be a, it's not sedimentary. Sorry, I'm going to say them out loud. It is a layer that the only reason why I think this is the word it is because when we had the CO2 pipelines that were going to come through by our house, they were explaining that there are fractures in this layer and the CO2 can go in that underground in certain areas in the United States. So I'm trying to think of another way to say this. Um, it's not that. And I'm like trying to think of how else to explain this. I'm going to use the G. It is a sedimentary rock that is composed of mud, clay minerals, and quartz. If that helps you out. And it fractures very easily. It's shale. That was the word, shale. And so there would be little fractures in there, and they were going to send the CO2 down in there because it would go down, but it couldn't come back up and it would just stay in the ground. That is what they wanted to do with CO2 omittances here in South Dakota because we have, yep, it is. I'll show you what it looks like. Let me get me out of the way though. You guys don't need to see me on me. It's like a grayish color. That's the color of it. That's what they call one of the colors. And I call that one something different. I do not call it shale. Now, here we go. Next, the next color, everybody, you're not going to guess what color they have. I'm going to say it is a green color bead that they call lint. Lint is not green in my world, so we're not doing that one. Here we go. We're going to do this one. Oh, no, this is an easy word. No, we got an easy word. So let's exit this and give you an easy word. Whew. I'm not making you guys guess lint because there was no way. All right, there's an easy one when I get it started. There we go. Here's for the second one. Who's going to get it? I'm going to give you a clue. It's a secondary color. So that gives you 3 options. There we go. It is delayed. That is weird. Lolly, you are the winner. You get 5 creative credits. Congratulations for guessing purple. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so Nordic Luna has been going back and forth between TikTok and YouTube tonight, helping out with the modding. And she's like, for the first time, I think in ever, YouTube is ahead of TikTok, which is not the norm. There is usually a lag between them, and TikTok is slow tonight. Sheesh. All right. I gotta see something. I might be able to have an early night tonight. I don't think I have any packages for tonight. Let me see. I don't. She's been both going at the same time. You are amazing. Thank you, Cece. I I have a little up here who I think wants the phone.
No, I'm trying to tell you about my
Oh.
book.
Oh.
So, Leah made a new friend, and so she asked, "Do you have any plans this weekend?" And her name is Ivina. And she said, "Homework and video call, family and boyfriend. Back home, you same. Minus the boyfriend part."
You guys are just, aw. Yep. Guys are too young for boyfriends and girlfriends. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's what I have to say. She's asking, did you look up Neil yet?
Oh, I forgot. I
She
don't have my phone.
she can't do it right now because she doesn't have the phone. I told her,
Okay. Look what page I'm on.
I don't have everything completely done for tomorrow night. I have some of them to get ready yet, but I am very, very close. I'm hoping when we go live at thank you, Cece. Thank you. When we go live tomorrow at 2, I will know everything that we will have. And I was gonna try to do of some video content about what we're gonna have based upon it. That was cute. 8. So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. What were you gonna say,
Look
honey?
what page I'm on.
Oh geez, good. Hey, you got all your reading in then for today or for the week.
I just got this book and I'm already halfway done with it.
She loves her graphic novels, no matter what type of graphic novel they are. And I watch, do you guys watch, now I gotta think it's like Meet Me in the Media Room. I can't think of what her title is. Thank you. And she explained it very well. Some people do not have the imagination to see the picture that they are reading. And so graphic novels help them do
Well,
that.
I do. I'm just too lazy to find a like chapter book because they're way longer.
Yeah, they are way longer. And so she really is getting into them. And they can be any type. She is a reader. That I will say is me influencing, I think. And her mom did not like to read. And now she does.
Got it. But
Yep.
she's really good at reading.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Opa's being you. It was so funny because when she was running yesterday, both Ryan and I were not saying her name. We just were like, go, B, go, B, go. And everybody's probably like, who's B? Oh, it was funny. And then I finally watched the video I took. And it's so funny because I got it right at the end. And then I'm down on the track because I was like excited. I couldn't keep my phone going the right way. Wow. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So she is just her own little girl, and I love it. But I am going to hop off. I'm going to get these done. I'm almost like halfway done with the gold, so I'll get those done tonight. I will probably have an early night tonight, and I will email you guys in the morning if everybody's okay with that, with what you had for today's totals, and get those to you. And then we will do that, and then I will get everything ready. So by 2 o'clock, we will know all of the items. And then I will create a content hopefully around it so that you guys can see what we have coming up for tomorrow night. If you're not on the live, there'll be a video. Hope that works for you guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your night. Okay. Oh, because if you didn't, nope. Yeah, and I am trying to do a better job and trying to come up with different videos for each event so that you can see it. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.